Hello friends, welcome to today's daily devotion. I'm Kerry Wood, pastor of the Goldston Methodist Church in Goldston, North Carolina, and we're continuing these daily devotions of Sing to the Lord, looking at some of the hymns out of our Great Redeemer's Praise hymnal that has been published by Seedbed and is now the official hymnal for us here at Goldston Methodist Church. This week we're looking at Depth of Mercy, Can There Be by Charles Wesley. Yesterday I talked about Paul writing to Timothy in 1 Timothy, and Paul describing himself as the chief of sinners, the worst of sinners, and yet the mercy that Jesus gave to him. Well, Charles Wesley applied Paul's understanding of himself to himself. So Charles Wesley said, I can claim the title worst of sinners and the depth of mercy that God offers to me. And so, my friends, what I'm offering for us this week is to be able to do the same thing, to be able to recognize our own place as the chief of sinners. For you see, my sins, I know them, and I know how much I need the mercy of God. And so we look together at verse 1 of Depth of Mercy, Can There Be? And I'm trying to do this with an accompaniment. Let's see how well it goes. Depth of mercy, can there be? Mercy still reserved for me. Can my God His wrath forbear? Me, the chief of sinners, spare. I have long withstood His grace, long provoked Him to His face, would not hearken to His calls, grieved Him by 1,000 falls. Here in this first verse, Charles Wesley is expressing the reality of our rebellion against God. That each of us, we grow up with this sense of we can handle things on our own. We don't need God. We don't need a Savior. And many of us have been living our lives in this for a very long time, this state of denial of the need for God's grace. And so when we finally recognize it, we know we need it. The natural question is, after all that I have done, can there really be mercy sufficient to cover my sin? That, I think, is one of the deep-seated fears within many of us. That I have sinned so badly. I have messed up so strongly. I have made such a royal mess of my life and hurt so many people that there's no way that God could ever love me. Well, my friends, even though we haven't gotten beyond the first verse asking the question, could there be enough grace, enough mercy for me? The answer is yes. But know that the question is valid and true. And I'll see you tomorrow to get to the next verse that gives us new hope. And I'll see you tomorrow for our next daily devotion.